Alrighty, folks. Well, happy August 14th. It is already a hazy morning. So hazy morning divides by 5. That's the big word. And cloudless sky is beautiful. That's 55, 55, 55 every syllable. Okay, the joy in a cloudless sky is wow. Okay, the birds are singing, they're flying everywhere. By the way, I have a little revelation that all bird anatomy practically, you look at the skeleton of birds from the side, and they're literally shaped like fives, as in the joy of God in birds. Okay, and other creatures like the ostrich, for example. It's not hard to see the 5 shape like we did yesterday with heron and egret. And you look at most bird anatomy from the profile side view, and their bone shape from beak, neck, and then into body is shaped like a 5, the number of joy. But this morning, okay, words for this morning. So words this morning that divide by 5. Hazy. This is so good. I got to preach this, okay? Whether it's cloudy or cloudless, both words divide by 5. So you always rejoice. You always rejoice. You always rejoice, okay? It is the command of God and the glory of the Christian to always rejoice. But I'm just marveling at how every word you can think of is dividing by 5 with the weather. So this morning it is hazy. So hazy divides by 5, just like haze. Foggy divides by 5. Cloudy divides by 5. But a cloudless sky. In particular, I've noticed you got to pay attention to words that make high numbers of 5s. And I've noticed that higher numbers typically mean higher joys. I'm not joking. Just like a master in letters learns bigger words as you get older, and you become a master of long words. And there's tons contained in a long word, okay? But this morning, August 14th, we are beholding a cloudless sky. That is so mind-blowing, because cloud is 55, less is 55, and sky is 55, and heaven is 55. So 5 is the number of joy. So ask any human you know, is there joy in a cloudless sky? Oh yeah, it's surfing time, it's video time, it's outdoor time, it's play time. The birds are happy, so should you. If you're ever feeling a little bit down, just go outside in the weather and listen and just drink in what God is saying. He's saying rejoice. Every morning he's saying rejoice. Get up, walk outside, listen to the birds, and rejoice. It's going to be a great day. So that is the first time I'm getting all these revelations. A cloudless sky, okay? So again, morning divides by 5, just like morn. Sunrise divides by 5, just like sunlight. Oh yeah, I wanted to preach on a gem from the Lord yesterday. Every green light and every light green. Remember how when you're driving in traffic, a green light is a joy? In 5 plus 5 letters, green light adds perfectly to 105, a king number for 5. Well, that's also the color light green, which we see everywhere in nature, which is a joy. Now it has to be a light green. Have you noticed that a light green brings you joy, whereas a dark green is kind of serious? Like it's like, oh, it's a dark green. Like, ooh, it's good looking, but it's more serious. But a light green is like joy. It's like, woohoo, yeah. And it makes sense when you realize that God is sovereign over traffic lights. And a green light, you say, I'm happy when I get all green lights. Of course you are, because that means you get to go. So green light is 105 and 5 plus 5 letters, and light green is of course the same thing. So a green light is a piece of technology, but a light green is a color that's been around since the dawn of Eden and was making Adam and Eve rejoice way back in the day. So I ask you a simple question. Does that green make you feel a little more joyful than that dark green? I would say yes, based on the math, okay? And you be honest with yourself. A nice light green is a joy, okay? Cool. And most people that have green eyes, for example, it's a nice light green, okay? It's not dark green, it's a light green. You can see the light in their eyes. Okay, so yesterday was the great hazy day, and today is another hazy day. And I love the fact that morning divides by 5 just like day, today. Pray today. Both words divide by 5. It's pure joy, okay? Today, today, today. Rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. That is the call of God to all mankind. Every single second of every single day, rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. It is the glory of God and man to be joyful. And Christ gives the victory, okay? You're free from sin forever. There's no guilt and there's no fear in Jesus. Interestingly, the word fearless divides by 5, like effortless. There's a lot of cool words. But yeah, fearless is a big word. It divides by 5. But there's also the joy in fearing God, okay? And there's a righteous fear. Cool. Well, the birds are happy. You should be happy too. So there you go. Some great words from the weather already this morning. Remember yesterday we got filmography, videography, and cinematography are all screaming 5. So that's what we're doing right now. Filmmaking divides by 5. We've solved YouTube and video before. But I'm just so excited about these weather terms. Typically in the morning, like you study the science of all this. So a foggy morning, pure 5s. A cloudy morning, pure 5s. A hazy morning, pure 5s. It's like this gentle, inviting, romantic segue into the day. You know, God is the greatest cinematographer and set director of all time. It's like you wake up and there's this sort of mystical haze and sort of a light fog, just kind of gently easing your eyes into the colors of the distance. It's very romantic. You have to squeeze the details out of the words behind all this scenery, okay? And it's all the number 5, the number joy, okay? There you go. I can't get over the fact that literally all bird anatomy, all bird skeletons are shaped like the number 5 in the profile. This stick for the beak, this point for the neck area, and then it bends like this to make the curve through the body. You seriously look up Wikipedia, bird anatomy and bird skeleton, and look at it from the side, and you will see a number 5 staring you in the face, and that's basically the shape for all birds. And once you realize that 5 is the number of joy, it makes perfect sense. The birds tell us to rejoice all day and all night. Jesus spoke parables where he said, guys, look at the birds of the air. He says they never worry, they never fear. They're constantly just rejoicing because your heavenly Father takes care of them. And Jesus chose the birds, you know, to lift people to a place of joy. So I believe that's a total revelation, that bird bone anatomy, a bird's skeleton from the side view, a profile view, it's built perfectly to match the shape of a number 5. Beak, neck like this, and then there's a hinge point where it curves around to make the body the shape like that, okay? And we preached on that yesterday with the egret and the heron. But there you go. So sunrise, sunlight, haze, hazy, day, weather, gray, foggy, cloudy. I love the fact that whether it's cloudy or cloudless, rejoice. Now, which one's higher? Okay. Cloudy is 55 plus 25. Cloudy is 80, but cloudless is 55 plus 55. And a cloudless sky is 55, 55, 55. And a cloudless heaven is 55, 50, you know, same thing. What I like about cloudless sky is that the number of letters goes 5, 4, 3. It accelerates in its efficiency in the 5s. And then the word sky is like 30 followed by 25. It's just, so a cloudless sky is 55, 55, 55. What's the message? Rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. And the word rejoice is pure 5s. So yeah, today we have a cloudless sky. Man, you want to solve every term with the weather now. Like, it's amazing. Most of them end in Y, like cloudy, rainy, foggy. But many end in letters that divide by 5, like hot. If you say cool, that's 1515. Misty. Everything ends in a Y, just like the word day. Today it's misty. Today it's cloudy. Today it's sunny. Today it's just, it's always ending in a Y, 5 times 5, because you're commanded to rejoice no matter what the weather is. Okay? Cool. So today it is sunny. Today it is hazy. Okay? Misty, foggy. There you go. Lots of 5s there. Damp even ends in 30. I love that though. A cloudless sky. 55, 55, 55. And 55 is 5 times the 5th prime. 11 is the 5th prime. So 55 is loaded for joy. there you go. So joy is everywhere. That's the message. Get your joy on, rejoice, choose joy today. Choose joy is a beautiful word from the Lord that is mathematically 5 fest. The 2 words align. Choose joy. Morning. Joy in the morning. There's even Bible verses that say joy comes in the morning. Okay, but do the math on joy and morning. It's pure 5s. God literally wants to start your day with the meaning of life, which is His joy. Everything exists for God's joy and your joy. Okay, so pretty awesome.